Hello, friends. So, I want to talk about this app that I have found recently, and I have found it really, really, really helpful for listing items and taking photos for those items on eBay. And I'm not being paid, or I don't get anything for talking about this particular app. And the focus isn't necessarily on this app I'm going to talk about, but on just apps of this nature in general and how helpful they have been for me, at least, to list both quickly and to produce really decent quality photos, professional looking photos for your eBay items. The app that I have been using lately, so I've been struggling with taking photos. I've tried taking photos on white paper, I've tried taking photos with textured backgrounds. I want something that looks really professional and not like I'm just some Joe Blogs who is quickly taking a photo of an item that they want to list. I want it to look professional and business, like I'm actually running a business. So the setup that I have at the moment is just a white bit of cardboard that I bought from Officeworks for a couple of bucks, and I guess you call it a light box. And I can kind of show you my setup. I'm just using a webcam, using this light box. I'm actually using it to light this video, but that's what I use for my listings. I don't have a professional lighting kit or anything like that. To be honest, I don't really feel like spending a lot of money investing into this business at this stage because I'm still in a very early growth stage, but that's what I've been using and I just can't really quite get it with the photos. So I came across this particular app. It's called PhotoFuse, and there are lots of different apps that are very similar to this particular app. And this app, like I have an Android, by the way, Android phone, but I believe this app's also available on Apple devices as well. So I do know that there are a lot of similar apps for Apple devices, so go check it out, try them out, see what you like. Some are paid, some are not paid. This particular app, PhotoFuse, is an unpaid app. I don't know if you can pay to get rid of ads or there's a limit on how many photos you can take. I'm not too sure, but just go try out a bunch of apps, see what works for you. But this particular app, what it does is it allows you to take a photo through the app, and you kind of highlight the item that you've just taken a photo of, and it does some uber like voodoo magic shit, and it will get rid of the background and just make it all white, and also make the item, like, it makes it brighter, it makes it pop. So I'm going to show you this app on my phone right now. So it is very easy to use, very simple, and that's the thing I really like about it, is it's just quick. You can just take a photo, it's good quality, and it's taken real quick, and you can upload to your listings right on your phone. It just makes the whole listing process that much faster. I know of some people who will take photos with a really good camera and put it into Photoshop and like do what works for you. But I mean, I've got a pretty decent camera. I could do the same thing, but I just don't want to because of the time that it takes to do that. I just want to make listing as quick as possible, and this app really helps with that. So here we have the main screen. These are all the photos that I have recently taken of some shoes and some ink. So to take a photo, all you have to do is hit that purple camera. You can use photos that are already on your phone, or you can take a photo through the app. I'm not going to take a photo right now because I don't have anything to take a photo of, but just using the examples of what I've recently taken, when you do take the photo, it'll take you into this screen. As you can see, I've already colored in the shoe with the magic marker, and when I've colored it in, all I've done is hit the finish button, and it does its thinking thing, it does its magic, and it'll get rid of the background and make it pop. It's not perfect. There's definitely some flaws you can see with this photo. There's some shadows in between the shoes. Probably should have used a black background for this, but I don't have one as of yet. But there are some minor flaws, but it doesn't really matter. When you're putting photos up for eBay, you just want to have the item look as visible and as clear as possible, and some of the imperfections that happen with this app, they're not major. Sometimes I have to take the photo a couple of times because the shadows get in the way. Sometimes I have to adjust my lighting, etc. But after a couple of tries, I usually get something that's decent. You do have to use a plain smooth background for this app and the sort of technology to work. I use a white background. You can use any colored background. For example, I have used this wall as a background for some of my clothing items, and it's like a peachy color, and it doesn't seem to have a particular problem with that. Here's an example of one of the items that I took on this wall, and as you can see, there's no peach color. It's completely removed the background and just put white. It looks like I've put this against a white bit of paper, but instead I've just taken the photo on this wall right behind me. So it works quite well when it is a smooth surface. I wouldn't use it on carpet or any sort of textured surface. It's probably going to have too many shadows and imperfections that sort of get in the way. But yeah, these photos were taken, in 2 seconds, and the app, it literally does its magic while you're taking the next photo. And all you got to do is put those photos, save them to your camera roll, and then I just upload them to eBay from there. So that's this app, PhotoFuse. There is a ad-free pro version if you want to check that out. Go check out some other apps that do the same sort of thing. It just makes the whole listing process so much easier. It's so quick, and they actually look kind of professional grade on my store. And even now, I look back at some of my older listings, the listings that I put up when I first started selling on eBay, and I kind of cringe with how bad they are because they're just pretty shocking. Like I said, I've tried using different textures. I have this really fluffy mat that I've used to take photos, and that was a bad idea because the item just kind of gets lost in the texture behind it, and it just ends up being really bad. So anyway, I hope that's helped with any of your photo taking issues. If you're struggling with taking photos yourself, this has really worked for me. It works with my workflow. It just does the job, and it does it well, for my standards at least. So let me know in the comments what you're using to take photos. Do you have a photo box? Do you just do like really simple unedited photos, or do you use an app like this that's similar, or do you have a really good app that you would recommend? Let me know in the comments below. But I hope this has helped anyone out there, and I will see you in the next vid.